What happens if we run away? Okay. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret something. Something to do with the trap. Well, have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see, so you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. It was something else. What else could it have been? I mean, Byako had her room key, right? What are you trying to imply? Of course, I have an alibi from nighttime on. I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone or put the key in Kyoko's room. Well, someone had to put the key in there. There's only one other possibility I can think of. It had to be Makoto, right? I don't see any other option. Well, shit, we really are gonna die. I didn't decide. First of all, there's something off about the entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Ikusamakuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said it's a trap the mastermind set for us. That's why this has to be. Time's up. Class trial's over, everyone can stop talking now. What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when do we? It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then it's time for voting. Everyone vote in front of you. Oh, we're gonna die. I guess we were the killer this whole time. That was a good game, good ending that since we're the killer. Final results. Nice. Who will be chosen as the black, and will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? It was me all the time. It was me the whole time. Janice! I was the killer. Yeah, see? It was me. It must have been me. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Sorry. You're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job. Yeah, they got it right. The whole trial doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. What? Why do I? Kyoko, I didn't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. So, our other option, I assume this is gonna go back to at some point, and then I'm gonna let it time out. Right? It's gotta be it. Oh, we died the same way? We got the exact same thing? I want a chocolate wafer too. I'm gonna lose again. We just killed Detective Girl, and now we're gonna kill me. Do it! Ooh, I wanna see... I wonder if we get to see Detective Girl have babies.
What?
Whenever we killed Detective Girl, we all had sex with Hina.
What?
It showed a picture of the future, and Hina's there, and she has all of our babies. It's a future. We all have babies. Well, do it. Do it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I see a blue thing. Let me get squished in it. Oh! Oh! Hey there! Huh. Oh, we're playing Portal now. We're in the back of the school. We're in Portal now. We're gonna live the rest of our life as Ratman. Chihiro, you saved us! What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be. Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that? What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch and itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. I mean, I fell like at least 30 feet. And I was sitting down, and I clearly did not make any attempts to stop my fall. So I hope I'm falling into, like, a giant vat of jelly. To waste away in garbage strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. It's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Boop, 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 boop. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? What the hell is going on? It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Now is the mastermind that's ensnared. What are you talking about? You'll understand soon enough. It's not like it's important to tell you the master plan. Don't worry about it. You're fine. The massive high school towers are all over the buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Host Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. They say that if you come here... Is this the beginning of the game? I think this is the beginning of the game. Yeah, it is the beginning of the game. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's me. There we go. Huh. I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in, but that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No! I mean, there's a door. No! There's a door. I remember all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me. He used the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. First, start looking for a way out. Portal gun. Portal gun. I can't wait this to be just like a portal gun. And it's a portal reference. It's a desk. It's a rocket and a tank. Oh, we saw that at that was like one of the very, very first cutscenes, that rocket tank thing. Oh. Oh. It's locked. No matter how many times I push, it wouldn't budge. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be certain which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea? I feel like I'm blocked on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. Next thing I decided to do was cry. Cry uncontrollably. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had been passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. That's just like my real life. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what came wasn't a sign. It's trash. A pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. It's alive! Alright, trash. I carefully stretched my hand out towards it. Whatever it was, it tumbled down towards me. Huh. This place smells awful. Kyoko! You're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got something in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of trash and face me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Yummy, yummy. In my tummy. Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is all I'm good at. Well, it's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay, stop. Kyoko, use your use your sonic screwdriver to open a door. Why'd you come to rescue me? To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew. So you knew that I knew that you knew, because I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew I was lying. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to... So like Kyoko really didn't know that Alter Ego was going to save us. Kyoko was just going to be like, alright, sorry, you have to die. So, bye. There's a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive? I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is that I can do what I came to this school to do. I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. That's right, at least I did once. Until recently, I forgot what it was. You forgot? You forgot? What is it? What is it? Then, is it really true you lost your memory? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back to it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that point, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because it was a work of the mastermind? They stole my memory. It just happens. Why do they want to do that? Because of my purpose, my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. I mean, they could they just kill her? I mean, why couldn't they just kill her? I like to get them back, which is why I've been investigating things by myself the whole time. Why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? If I did that, we all worked up at once, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. That's what we decided. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. One of us! If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself. There was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among anyone you're least likely to be to the mastermind, because you're such an idiot. The mastermind is a very smart person, and you're far too dumb to be the mastermind, so I thought you were safe. I understand. It's because I'm so dumb. It couldn't have been me in the first place. It's to stay here. Yeah, it's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen? Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right? Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Can you unlock the door for us now? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, at the very least. My purpose and my ability. Are you ready to see the thing that we called in the very first episode many hours ago? Whoa! Oh, no way! She's the ultimate detective! Whoa! Well, It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you have to find a headmaster? Because he's my daddy. I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope Peak's Academy headmaster. And then I explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. No matter what it takes, I'll find the headmaster. No matter the costs. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose of coming here was to find him. That makes sense, but listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster was a mastermind, but I didn't say I had to protect him. I just had a feeling. So then what did you see in there? The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. Someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. The mastermind, right? That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. A map! The entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed the second floor was a home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room in there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold a lot of clues and a lot of old nudie mags, because damn it, they are just old guys. Old perverts. Are you an ass man or a boobs man? Answer now. I remember that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went in there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room. Let me show you to my game room. So what was it like? The part of school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we've ever imagined. I can't explain it, you need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Can't we just keep talking to her? I had no idea what's going on in the rest of the building. Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. But I really need you to die. So that way, boobs are just a cheap imitation of butts. Whenever we evolved from monkeys, butts are what truly moves the world around, guys. I mean, do you guys not even know what's the superior answer between boobs and butts? This is why you'd all be executed. Everyone but you and me had an alibi, but then who did kill her? The mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Ikusamukuro was to get me killed. Get you killed? I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they want to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations? Exactly. Within minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow... We know that. We agree that it was. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Ikusamukuro. There's a point where Ikusamukuro may not have become... There was a point where Ikusamukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you. I could have been the victim. You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean... during the nights. I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. That ability naturally draws me into cases like this. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. I ran into your room. I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead. But she said she didn't kill them. So our last theory of Ikisa Mukuro being the dead body, and that Ikisa Mukuro was hiding as Junko is still valid. And Junko is hiding as... I think it's getting like really convoluted. The work of the mastermind. So all this would mean that whoever killed Ikisa Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means that the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wants to use a class trial to try to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right, that is a contradiction. But it's not Ikisa Mukuro. They need a class trial to kill me but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it mean? The mastermind is one who's been cornered. Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Ikisa Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. Okay. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not. If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event. You're talking about what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair, then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Chapter 5 complete. Okay, 6 people alive. Bum bum bum. To be continued. That's the end of game 1. Oh god, that'd be such a shit ending. Dream Island Rocket. Save, yes. Wish overwrite, yes. The ultimate despair, a group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. I am going to take a quick break. So we're going to take a quick bathroom break and I'll come right back. And we're going to continue. We're going to finish up this game all at once. So I'll be right back, guys. Quick commercial break. Okay, we're back. I'm glad the chair kept you guys company. Kyoko, secret tool, open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. The key. Open the door. There we go. And now we can get out here. Let's go. May I escape from the garbage pit? The Curse Mark with a 3-month resub. Curse Mark, thank you so much for those 3 marks, dude, and welcome 3 months, dude, and welcome back to the super family. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. It's not us. We're not the ultimate things. We found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Aw, why couldn't we have been below her? The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were down so far. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will keep my mind off of it. So, Kyoko, there's something I want to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. As I came from a long line of detectives, Detective Conan. Detective Conan! There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it. Pride! A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That's how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. She's climbing in heels. That's pretty impressive. I mean, like, a conscious effort. It's kind of old-fashioned. I can't say it's entirely irrational. But it's our family's creed, and we have to do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. So that explains. Before I came here, I was looking up info about the school online. I never saw anything about her. She hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. And yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. The reason you go so far to enter Hope's Peak was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. He's not a detective, though. He's... okay. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though. Daddy, why did you eat my fries? I bought them, and they were mine. I had to tell him that... Oh, I want to sever all ties with him. I thought we were gonna ask him why he ate our fries. Sever! The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mommy died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. As young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in what I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko in the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her panties. So I couldn't tell what color they were. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was much more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what everyone in my position might say, position. But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really? The way everyone looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said. I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family, no longer nakama. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life, I open a portal to... I really need to stop doing that. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. To just cut off ties with him like that. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after, I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Why isn't Toko in the future, in the future where we lose and live there forever? Toko was. She died. That's why Byakuya was holding her memory. I don't know. She just died. Now it's just Toko. We don't mention that Toko just died and he just like had to bang all the guys. We're back, and I am also sure there's hentai of that. I am like 100% sure that I can find hentai of that Asahina X everybody ending. Kyoko unlocked it earlier, so it shouldn't have much trouble opening. She had no idea how she was gonna get out of here, did she? I reached my hand right up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so chat has confirmed that there is hentai at the ending. And I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. I mean, they could see us now. Are we not trying to be sneaky? You're worried? Of course. Then let's just get a concrete answer. Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. It's not like we can run away. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is gonna happen isn't, because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Ikusamukuro's death. There was a moment when the mastermind let their guard down. There was. If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he's tracked us down. I mean, we're standing out clear in the open, so it clearly knows. Let's get going. Dude, how do you know he'd be in the gym? How do you just know these things? What? What? This way. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Alright, he's just we just know that Monokuma's in the gym. Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto's supposed to be dead. What is he doing here? I thought so. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. Now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Do whatever you have to. But before you do, let me say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? Explain yourself. What do you mean by that? Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. I was supposed to be chosen as a blackened and then executed. What are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the class trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by complaining Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that, you must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it. Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Ikusamukuro. You did. So executing Ikusamukuro for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. Except In the alternate ending, we killed Kirigiri for it, and that broke the rules, and that was okay somehow. So I don't know. That means I lose. You talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right? No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence, this got really confusing, really fast. I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type. If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution, he would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by despair you so love to inspire. But here we are confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in this absence of evidence? It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you're trying to execute Makoto, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. I imagine that everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto, they would assume that you killed him because what he said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. Of course you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it, because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you were to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours? To do Ikusamukuro's trial over again, only this time you follow the school's regulations to ensure a fair trial. One final battle between hope and despair. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you think, Climax? The true identity of Ikusamukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me now without another word. Interesting. Very interesting! Barry? Well, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. No time? So time for bear jokes. Now that you suggested what you suggested might be possible, it would certainly make for one honey of a climax. Does that mean you accept? If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree on your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final grisly showdown. Then we still have a shot at this. But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So, for this final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. That's what we've been trying to do all along. If you can claw your way, bear it all along. If you can claw your way to the truth of Ikusamukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school, then you win. But if you can't do all of that, execution. I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair, will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Honestly, I can't believe how this all turned out. But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held. For sure! I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And that's the true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious, I said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Ikusamukuro is no exception to that. Ikusamukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations, which would mean that whoever killed Ikusamukuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I've told you enough already, but this killing game began with 16 participants. Yes. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What? Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go quiet all of a sudden? Boop, 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 boop. I'm done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? Why so serious? Leave me alone! Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyways. I need to just start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Thank you for everything. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet, the real battle is still ahead of us. That's a very anime sentence right there. I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. I thought you'd die. For the second time. That's the second time that Kyoko has bet our life on a gamble. I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with Kyoko betting our lives for the second time. They had no choice but to accept, huh? It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down. So when was it that mastermind let their guard down? They said they had hijacked the airways to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? And what did they think when they heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. You don't exactly read about that sort of thing happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off. And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it. But think of it another way, there must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason. They had to show the world something no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world. The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. That makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why? To prove a point, most likely. The outside world has a name for the students of Hope Speak Academy, right? A certain concept. Hope. And those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try to prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous! You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. That's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has to be more particular than what. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind would simply ignore their rules, this wouldn't have been a game but a one-sided slaughter. At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves. That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of the regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Hey there, Junko's dead body. You're reminding us about Junko. So instead, they tried to use a class trial following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. Even that didn't work. Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when the fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion. To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they had to defeat us in perfect form. It would only do the mainstream mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge? Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning, essentially. I was making a bet, using your life as collateral. It's okay. Turned out things went alright, but you could have died. Twice. Whew, I'm glad you didn't die. Either time I gambled your life. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part in negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I had shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you look that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. I'm a pathetic weakling. We can't relax just yet. We have to win! You're right. Has the second floor opened up? Can we go explore the second floor now? Second floor to dorms? True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone? Is that really possible? Anyway, let's go find the others. They're probably sleeping. Ikimashou! Da-da-da. Can I see them on the map? Are you guys all in the dining hall? Dining hall? Everybody? Right here? Oh! You again? Ooh. Hurts that Espelado 103.2.1.255. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reaches limit. Guzma Sun is Sen Act 61. I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but a sigh of relief. The person controlling Monokuma fell asleep at the controls and just their faces rolling all over the keyboard. Is that Makoto? You guys! It is! There's no two ways about it! That's Makoto. You survived. Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that? I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right? Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. It's been a whole day. It seriously stinks. It's Makoto, he smells like a wet dog. Nice. I mean, like, you know, chat, if you want Hina to have your children, she will. Suzette had at least 3 children. Can we go take a bath? You stink. Sorry, I was living in garbage for a day. Wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. Hina. You had our children, Hina. Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. No dice, all the rooms that were locked before were still locked. Where can we go to find new clues? I still can't believe you survived. Me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was Alter Ego. He saved my life. Not too many people can say that they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. I'm smug. Makoto! What was it like hanging out in the spirit world? Fucking dumb Yasuhiro. Oh my god, Yasuhiro. Oh my god, Yasuhiro. Please stop. Alright, let's explain what happened with Monokuma. What I have to tell you all. Last class trial, we're gonna redo Ikusa Makuro's trial. Seriously? What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you. Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Who is it? All the work of the mastermind. You're really saying the mastermind? You're saying the mastermind killed Ikusa Makuro? That's right, it was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die. You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You made it sound like it was easy, you know. But executing Makoto wasn't the blackened. But executing Makoto who wasn't the blackened is a clear violation of school regulations. The rules state that only the blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. The mastermind agreed! Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. They used the TV broadcast to gain leverage. Didn't you? Very observant of you. I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now is the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you're referring to. Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. That's because you're a dum-dum, Yashihiro. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now? It's about who killed Ikusamukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah, for us to win, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything. Come on, Key. Everyone dies. I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. You clearly aren't because you die in the future. Meanwhile, I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle, a rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Ikusamukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. What the fuck? Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Monokuma said that, didn't he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. If the mastermind is really the one who killed Ikusamukuro, as Kyoko said, the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could possibly murder Ikusamukuro, but there's no way he could disguise a scene like that. But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who've been taking part in the killing game. The mastermind is one of the 15 plus Ikusamukuro, who Junko actually is. Oh, we can't see Junko's right hand there. Could we see the back of Junko's right hand? When do we I really want to see the back of Junko's right hand now. The mastermind would have to be one of them, right? And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are us. You're saying the mastermind is one of us? You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that for sure just yet. Monokuma might have just said that all to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. What? But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But do you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? I don't care how sneaky you are, you would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Bing bong. School announcement. Sleepy time. Oh, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you like. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up in the class trial, okay? How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms. The time for talk is done. Now we have to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyways. At this point, I can rely only on myself on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Adios, muchachos. Master! He didn't take me with him. Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Just coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. She's gone. We're gonna go off by herself, right, Kyoko? In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too. Okay. Spirit power, Hiro, you might end up dead because of how dumb you are. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not like I don't trust anyone, you know. But up until now, I haven't been all that useful. I just depend on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. It's really nice of you to say. How? What? At least here at the end, maybe I can figure something to help us get out of here. Let's do it! Okay. Indeed. Can we talk to her? You wanna come hang out, Kyoko? Okay, Kyoko, you wanna come hang out? Okay. Okay. Every nook and cranny, investigate everything. Let's go investigate. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. Okay. Investigate! Heck yeah. The victim been stabbed a single time with a knife. They also been struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. I guess it starts with rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Let's go explore everything. Oh. Oh, nice. The game just really wants to make sure you don't miss things. I mean, they all have exclamation marks on it. Right? Like, I don't need a list, because they're all gonna have exclamation marks. Yeah, see, like that. Alright, let's go to the second floor first. That seems like the most interesting place. This is the second floor of dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. No, more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Oh yeah, we can't investigate things. I mean, that looks like it'd lead to outside. Do none of these things look like it would lead to an outside? The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. Rude. Why can I still get coins? There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. That's it. Thanks, room. Bathrooms. Let's go in the girls' bathroom. I want to go in the girls' bathroom. Oh my god. Why can't we check out girls' bathrooms? This is a clean-ass bathroom. For the whole floor being destroyed, that is a clean oh. Hello, Mr. Giraffe. It's for Sugo festivals. Makes sense. This room is filled with lockers. The class before us must have used these lockers. There's a metal plate. Nice. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. That's too hard. I'm not that smart. I wonder if I can open this locker. It's locked. It's pretty similar to the card readers on the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. Ah. No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Or can we? Or can we? I want another snacky. Snacky for me. Snacky for me. Let's try open it. Alright. What else? We're gonna try to open every single one of these. We're gonna get like a ton of messages. Can we open it? Alright, this one. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Nope, can't open it. Blah 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 blah. No luck. I'm be real disappointed if one of these things actually does open. That you're supposed to try all of these things. Okay, I have one more locker to try. Oh no, that's it? That's all of them? Alright, I've tried all the lockers. You can hold down, click to super skip text? Oh jeez. Whoops. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It's more adult atmosphere.
So.
It's the headmaster's private room. Whoa! A ghost! So I decided to check out one more time. A regret. I found his porn. It feels really weird. There's a strange gap in the wall. It's a secret room. Mm-hmm. A hidden room! I think I might know how to open it. How do you open it? I saw a program on the PC I think controls it. Enter the password, opens up. Here's the password, open sesame. I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on PC. There's a sticky note on there that says password. Have we tried password yet? Have we tried nothing as password? Come on. Password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same as on my luggage. The desk is a home computer. Nice. Ba ba ba. It's PC. Whoever used this last, it looked like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. There's also some other search results, but I cleared the history. Because I don't want to get arrested by the NSA. There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know. The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but a group. The group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair. I guess that's the best he could do as a complete kitty failure. Rude. The password is Ikusamakuro. The ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Can we break it down? If Kyoko can't figure it out, there's no way I stand a chance. I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing who she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Can we just try password? I really want to try password. Type in password. How do I try her name? How do I? Okay. Control. Oh. If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. I collected myself, turned to computer, typed the password. What if it's case sensitive? It opened! My daddy's been thinking of me all this time! She disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Let's go, hidden room! Hey, Kyoko. I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. It's a present! It's his head. It's her dad's head in a box. What's in the box? Oh, what's in the box? Kyoko, what's in the box? Oh my god, what's in the box? The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe. What's in the box? Be careful. No, it's not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Is it a head? What's in the box? Come on. Is it a head? Alright. It's a teddy bear! Oh. Oh, it's just a skeleton. Oh. I thought it was gonna be a bloody head. Just as I thought. It's Daddy! It's Daddy! We found her dad. Congrats! You reunited with your father. What do you want to tell him? Fine. Can we... Oh my god, okay. I was right. His head was in a box. I guess that's true. Well, it's not what I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing a dead guy in a box. My father. What about him? What you found in the box? It's Daddy! That's my father. Teeth wouldn't stay in the skull like that if she was dead. Well, whatever. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on! How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him? Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Headmaster's man in his late 30s, somewhere in the school. Oh, wrecked. The killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. The only people who take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Ultra Ego said the Headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who are alive were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume that most likely my father was in the school but was also dead. That was my assumption anyways. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. She wasn't calm. She's only trying to seem calm. I had to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? Hey, upskirt shot again. Blah, 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 blah. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hey! Heh. Heh. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is that a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Her hair is like pink in some pictures and in white in other pictures. This is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past and yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the Headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her. Why? What? I want to face him and tell him myself to cut him out of my life or abandon me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. I don't think that's fair. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? I think there are several contenders for worst fathers in animes. My top is probably Gin Freaks. Add to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Cabinet. Okay. Can we look into that stuff? I see. I found his boxers. I found his porn. A lot of child porn. A lot of child porn of girls with pink hair. This is weird. If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Goku's a pretty bad dad too. That is always true. Goku. Animes love bad dads. Bad dads all over animes. Homenheim was the father of whom I've missed. I feel like I shouldn't make pointless small talk. Let's look around. I looked at everything. I looked at everything. Do I need to look at his body again? I mean, not only did Goku leave Gohan to raise Piccolo, he also decided to raise little Majin Buu instead. Little Majin Buu is more important than his own son. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer, e-handbook in case of emergency. A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you want to go ahead and leave it here, then I guess I'll take it. Is that really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it? I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but could you leave? Just for a little bit. I don't need to cry. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need to get my emotions in order. He told me before the relationship you had with your dad, how you're only connected by blood, but not by heart and by soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're gonna say? If so, it's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. Picture doesn't change the fact of what happened when I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry. Once I got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. Give me time. I'll see you later. Adios, muchachos. It's a skull. I do wonder if it is a skull from the beginning of the game. Because the beginning of the game, when it went on the rocket and came down, it was skeleton already. But I don't remember. I have to go back and rewatch that intro scene. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. I mean, well, I guess so, because Monokuma was in the opening scene. Maybe it was. God, I hate flashbacks. Mastermind's true identity. Stop flashbacks. 15 of us met in the main hall. Add Ikusamukuro to the mix and you get 16. 6 of us still alive. Everyone else is dead. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dead. Ikusamukuro. So that's death. That death had to have been one of the previous deaths. And the only thing that fits, I think, is Junko. Me. Byakuya. Hiro. Toko. Hina. Kyoko. Junko. Junko has to be a mastermind.